Welcome back to Let's Go Ford. Today, we're going to take a look at the 2019 F250 versus the 2020 F250. We're going to be comparing the ride height, which everybody's been asking us to do a video on to see if it's actually changed. So Ben and I are here today. We're going to take a look at everything, and we're just going to start measuring. So I'll let you kind of take over, Ben.
Yeah, I was kind of, thinking about what some of the people were saying, and we just decided to get a measuring tape and come out here and actually see what the differences are. So took a couple key points of measurement here. We were looking right here underneath the wheel and the tire to see the actual height. This one is the 2020. I don't know what I'm getting here. It looks like about 21 and a quarter. Is that what you're reading? Almost 22?
Yeah, going right off that line.
Yeah.
You could almost get, I'll tell you what, why don't you just take 22 right to the paint line?
Yep, 22. And we'll go over here.
It's tough, you guys get, and we're on a floor that is pretty darn level.
So this one's a 2019.
Where they're parked.
That one, about 22.
Yeah, it's over the 20 line.
Almost 23.
Yeah, so it's like 20, I'd say 22 and a half if, like I said, you go right to that paint line again.
Oh,
it
that's
looks like
interesting.
it's, yeah, because I'm going right to this line right here. I'll try to point while I'm using, yeah, so 22, like if you push it right up against there, but to keep it straight, so 22 and a half, and we'll go back to that one more time. I mean, it's obviously pretty tough to get a straight measurement line. Bring that back here.
Let's do it.
Yeah, see how that lines right up to that? So you have a half-inch difference. So the 2019 is a half-inch difference in the front. And then let's go to
here.
the, I'd say if you want to do bed height, straight to the paint line again.
Yeah.
Like right there.
See if we can get that
I was
on
just going to say, it's obviously not easy for you to try to get that up straight. Whoops, whoops, whoops.
Work in progress here.
I'll see if I can't hold this down. We need like 3 people to do all this. All right.
Is that
So
59?
we've got, well, I'm dead even, and it's 58. So 58, and you can see that pretty good on the camera. So I think everybody's going to be able to see that. I mean, sure, we might be off a smidge here. We're trying our best. We're doing this on the fly, just so everybody knows. So you can roast us as much as you want. But just trying to get you guys the easiest. Yeah, look at that. Holy crap.
Is that almost 60?
I mean, it's an inch and a half because you had 58. And then you're right there. So yeah, I'd say inch and a half. So
wow.
the interesting part is, I mean, there was a statement made by a Ford Motor Company employee, I think it was Mike Pruit at one of the auto shows, saying that they, in fact, did lower the 2020 for easy accessibility getting in and out, and then also for towing. And I mean, sure enough, I mean, that's lower. I mean, that's a half-inch lower in the front, and then an inch and a half lower in the rear. You want to show them the
headlights.
I was going to say, let Ben show you a little hidden secret we found here.
So it looks like on the headlights as well, again, this is the 2019, we're
let's just try to go
a little bit higher.
To that line.
What was that, 16?
So if you go to the line of the headlight, we're just using reference here because that's basically kind of like the easy line to use for reference. So you're at like 16 inches. Okay.
And then over here on the 2020.
And then right on that line again, and then you go right to that line. I mean, they're significantly
different.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'd say it's like almost like a half inch.
Yeah.
You know, and if you look at them from back here, I'd say, yeah, you can tell. I mean, you can tell that the 19 headlights are just a little bit taller. You know, what else did we find that was different?
It looks like the front grills obviously are different, and then I like the wheel on the 2020. So if you look at the wheel over here.
Yeah, the wheel comparison, I totally agree.
Yep, you got.
Just looks more modern.
Looks like a machined wheel versus that chrome or the aluminum.
Yep.
And almost like the sport package.
So there's your 20.
Is standard on
and we're looking at 2 Lariats. So you have a 2019 Lariat Crew Cab FX4, and then a 2020 Lariat FX4. So I mean, they're essentially the same. Yeah,
I noticed the chrome mirror caps versus the painted to match mirror caps.
And then
That front grill is definitely different too.
And this is a chrome package on the 19, you were saying?
Yeah, so the chrome package is an option on the 2019. So it looks like on the 2020 they went to a black tow hook.
Black tow hook.
And you can just see the difference in that front grille too. I love how that, I do like how the 2020 sits. I don't know, it is a little bit lower, but I definitely like the look of it.
I mean, the truck itself looks more modern for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, between that grill and the wheel, I mean, I like it better. And then why don't you point out the antennas we were talking about?
Oh yeah, so it looks like, see the antenna over here in the front? Because I know people were asking about that in our last video, how that had the little shark fin up there.
2019.
Yeah. And then the 2020s, if you come back here, that's what those two black pieces were.
Let's see if
It looks like the new antennas.
There we go. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Without falling. There you go. So it totally moved to the back.
I like the look of that. Trying to think in the back here, looks like they moved. Yeah, they moved the Super Duty.
See if I can get that without the sun is just
and then they did actually,
right
like we were kind of talking about in the last video, they made this smaller, the Ford emblem versus that giant blue.
And I noticed the Super Duty emblem before, but holy crap, look at the difference. So Super Duty lower.
Yep.
Emblem
Huge
way
emblem.
Bigger.
I don't know which one I like.
That's
Why don't
tough.
you guys
I'll try to
comment
get
on which one you like?
I'll try to get a. There we go. That's side by side right there. And then
Looks like the taillights are different.
tail light is different. Yeah.
Interesting.
So between backup light, because do they both have? Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
blind
they
spot
both have the
is-
blind spot.
So check out the.
Let's wonder if that's, I think that the taillight is actually bigger on the 2019.
Want to measure it?
See
Go
if we
for
can
it.
measure that.
So I think we're finding a trend here.
Looks like 18.
If you use like a line, there you go. Yeah, you're at the bottom, and then
The top right there,
So
18.
you're, yeah, just shy of 18.
inches. Then over here, doing that same line, yeah, you're at 17 and a quarter.
Yeah. So I mean, I think
Interesting.
we've found the trend here that the 2020 has shrunk.
They had shrunk, went a little bit lower.
I mean, it has shrunk. Well, I think those are all good
What was
facts.
he saying? What was the reasoning for that?
So he said that they lowered it for easier entry and then also
makes
for
sense.
trailer hookup, which also makes sense.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, we all know that if you're interested in, doing a level kit or lift kit, I mean, we're doing them all the time.
All the time. We actually have one sitting right out there with the 6-inch lift. I think that one's a 2019, so we'll have to see what the difference would be in overall height when we actually lift one of these 2020s and put the bigger wheels and bigger tires on it. But
maybe we can do a follow-up video when we either level or lift our first 2020. We'll do a follow-up video and show everybody.
just slight differences, but I mean, if you're really in person, you can see that the 2020 is sitting a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Just want to look at it from the front again.
I think that's it. I'll open up the hood on the 2020 here in just a second and kind of point out a few things to you guys. And but overall, as far as the ride height goes, all those questions that came in, I think that really answers what everybody was asking and shows the difference. I guess the last thing before we stop this and move on to under the hood is I'll show you those two emblems in the front, like we were comparing in the rear. Those look similar.
I think they're the
And
same.
Yeah, it almost looks like we were talking about that border before. So if I just kind of get up close, I mean, that's all chrome. And then this one has that.
Oh yeah, that black finish.
Yeah, it's like a
I like that actually.
big bezel. Yeah.
I think with the chrome package, they really were trying to on the 2019 get a lot of chrome options. So I prefer personally the sport look, but I know that there is a buyer out there for that chrome package as well. So
yeah, both good looks. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take a look under the hood, and we're gonna point out some differences for 2020.
cool.
All right, so here we are under the hood of the 2020 Ford Super Duty. Ben, why don't you first, what was the horsepower and the torque on the new motor?
475 horsepower and over 1,050 foot-pound of torque out of the motor. That's the 6.7 liter that we got and that we're looking at.
A huge upgrade, and then I have a list of a couple items that they talked about. The first thing is the turbo is new, and it has lower inertia, which gives it better response, so overall less lag, and actually improves the fuel economy. And that helped get those horsepower and torque numbers, you know, up. So that was a major improvement, if anybody was wondering on that. The oil separator has been improved. There's a new 2500 bar fuel system with new injectors and an improved pump. So the whole system actually has more pressure. The upper intake now is aluminum. They did that for actually less heat. The lower intake is now a composite, and they did that not only to insulate, but also be lighter. And then that turbo design is a double axle turbo. And the other feature that was interesting is now it has a fully electronic actuator. So it's actually better in cold weather versus the hydroelectric that they had before. So, I mean, just some facts there. I mean, they're obviously, I mean, just doing everything they can to make these better and better every
Yeah, I don't know
year.
what else they can do. I mean, they just really have came out with some awesome improvements to really get the most power, performance, and capability out of the truck. And it's crazy to me how much they can improve, you know, a motor that's already awesome. So
right, a truck that was already the best.
I mean, already best in class, and now we're just stepping it up to, again, best in class in pretty much everything.
Yeah, well, I think that wraps it up. I mean, tried to give you guys just an informative video based on questions today. So, you know, we'll keep the videos coming. I think that answers a lot of questions that we had in the past couple of videos. Appreciate Ben taking the time. Make sure you reach out to Ben if you're looking at any Super Duties. We have a few remaining 19s.
Few remaining 19s, awesome programs going on. And we have the ability to order whatever 2020 that you want. So
yeah, 2020 is rolling in, and we have a good stock already, which we're already being aggressive with pricing. So make sure to visit our website, lascoford.com, or give us a call, 810-629-2255. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. We appreciate you watching. Have a great day.